Okay, welcome everybody to this Thursday night matchup in the girls high school division of We Up Summer League. I'm your host, Will Simino for TecGym Sports. Here we have Stampede now moving with the ball versus Claremont, otherwise known as the Stevens Cardinals. All right, here's Bailey Morin at the top. Stolen away by Tate Simino. Tate on the move, tries to find Reese McCarthy on the corner, but it's knocked away by number 24, Grace Goss. This has been a very good matchup all season here between Stampede and Claremont. Stevens. There's London Febby for the nice mid-range jumper. First points of the game. Here comes Maddie Chambers to Bailey Morin. Back to Chambers. Chambers with a spin, trying to get inside, but tough defense there by London Febby. And Tate Simino will start things off from the sideline for Stampede. Here comes Febby. Here's McCarthy now. Swings it over to Simino. Back to Febby. Febby on the drive, has to step back here. Simino for three. Just off. Here's Simino again for three. Simino dives on it. As you might notice from that dive, Tate Simino also plays keeper on the soccer team. That would have been a good save. Here's McCarthy now. Good pass underneath to Simino. Fighting for the ball. There's Jay Stebbins going hard underneath. She gets fouled. Here's McCarthy to start things off. Finds Febby. Nowhere to go there. Jay fires, but there might have been a travel in that. Here comes Chambers now on the move. Stolen away. Here's Simino. Taking the ball up court. Simino gives to Stebbins. Jumper is in! And Jay Stebbins is on the board. Here's Bailey Morin now. Sophomore from Claremont on the take. And this one's good. And it looks like Morin will go to the line for one more. Good take there by Bailey Morin. All right, here comes London Febby. Here's Stebbins now. Nice pass underneath to McCarthy. Good lead there. Here's Febby for three. Just short. Good look, though, by the freshman. Here comes Morin now. Setting up for three. This one's short as well. Definitely a lot of sharpshooters on the court tonight. Just going to take a minute to dial in. Number 11, that's Di Bartolo. Here's McAllister now on the drive. She's going to pick up a foul. I think that's going to be a block on Chambers. Stampede swinging the ball. Here's Stebbins from the corner, in and out. I believe that's Adriana Pelton with this rebound. Kicks out to number 24, Grace Goss. And there's Shauna Morin, tries to get to the hoop. Here comes Stampede now, up by 1 early in this one. Steal there by Kira Sheehan. There's Pelton with a spinning drive. And that ball wrestled away by Stebbins, but it's going to be a jump ball red. Here's Morin now. Kick out to Pelton. All right, very tight game here so far in Ludlow. Stevens now on the move. Here's Maddie Chambers trying to get by. Good defense by London Febby. And everyone on this Stampede defense denying the drive. Stevens trying to get inside but can't get there. Although Adriana Pelton does on that one, but it doesn't land. Here comes London Febby up for... Shot's not going to land, but she'll go to the line for 2. Oh no, I guess not. You're going to call that one on the floor. Febby's three-point attempt almost there. Here's Maddie Chambers with the rebound. Here's Jalen Stebbins now. Jalen Stebbins. And DiBartolo going to draw the foul on her shot attempt. No, they're going to call it on the ground. Here's DiBartolo. Kicks out to Sinet. That three-point attempt just over. Off the bounce. Here's Chambers again. There's Goss now. Trying to get inside. It's picked off by DiBartolo, who's on the move. Gonna go up for it. Just over, but Febby's there with the rebound. This one's gonna be a jump ball. DiBartolo and Chambers there, both had hands on it. And Jay Stebbins is gonna start things off from the baseline. Here's McCarthy now to DiBartolo. Nice steal there by Shauna Morin. Got to hand it to the 8th grader from Claremont. Solid work on defense. And her older sister Bailey tries to fire the 3. Rebound. Good by Grace Goss. Here's DiBartolo. Kick out to... Oh. And just over on the three-pointer by McCarthy. Good move there by Morin. Oh, in and out. Steal by Febby. Here's McCarthy again. Fires to Simino. This one just over. Good pass there by Reese McCarthy. Morin And Shauna Morin's shot is good, and she's headed to the line for another one. Excellent work there. Oh no, I'm sorry, Shauna Morin's a freshman. Here's McAllister with the rebound. Facing the double team, McAllister's going to keep fighting for it though. McCarthy, why am I calling her McAllister? McCarthy? Jeez, McAllister was the last game. Sorry about that. Reese McCarthy fighting hard for that jump ball. Comes out Stampede. Here's Williams now, back to McCarthy. Good pass inside to Semino, kicks out. Here's McCarthy for three. Boom! And if you're Claremont, the last thing you want to see is Reese McCarthy get hot on the outside. She can knock him down. Here's Pelton. No good, rebounded by Eva Williams. Here's Bailey Morin now, reset. Driving through, nice spin move. Hook shot almost in. Morin goes up again with the rebound. Knocked down, she wants the foul, but there's no whistle. Here's Semino, reeling in that pass. And here comes Pelton with a head of steam and knocks that one out of bounds. Good defense there by the senior from Claremont. McCarthy fires just inside. Roped in by DiBartolo. Here's Eva Williams. You bet. And the 7th grader from Windsor looking good. Here's Shauna Morin to Bailey Morin, who's going to hit the deck and draw the foul. Morin now to the line. Her team down by 3. She has a chance to cut into that lead. And her first shot is good. Strong work there by the sophomore. This one's going to be a jump ball or a foul. Couldn't tell. Here's Sheehan now with a steal. Morin fighting hard underneath, but there's Jay Stebbins to try to rip it away. And that's one tough freshman from Springfield, Jay Stebbins. Here's Stebbins now, swings. Stutter step and a shot by Febby. Good defense there by Kenzie Brusso. And here comes Maddie Chambers. Sheehan's going to get to this one first. Good hustle there by the 8th grader. And here's Pelton setting up. Nice pass underneath to Chambers. Not enough time to do anything with it, though. She caught that one just before the baseline. Here's Kenzie Brusso setting up high. Good pass to DiBartolo. DiBartolo gonna have a chance at it, gives to Brusso. Here's Stebbins for three. Almost. And here comes Sheehan now. Working on Brusso. Got space to move. Here's Pelton now, working away inside, kicks out to Sheehan for three. In and out. Good finish though by Pelton there for the rebound. And Adrina Pelton gets another one. Here's Jay Stebbins on the drive. Good pass to DiBartolo. DiBartolo fighting for it. There's Grace Goss to force the jump. Looks like it's going to be Stampede ball here. And we have a tie game at 10 each. Here's McCarthy. Sinet trying to find the pass to McCarthy. Fires all the way across. Nice grab there by Brusso. DiBartolo doesn't like it. McCarthy does. And there's another three-pointer by Reese McCarthy. And the freshman from Springfield heating up now. There's Morin on the take. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Here's Jay Stebbins underneath. Goes up for a nice bucket and one. And Jay Stebbins heads to the line. Number 30, the freshman out of Springfield, has a chance to add to this 5-point lead. And it's good. Nice work, Jay Stebbins. Good look there by Maddie Chambers. Oh, this pass just a little too long for Sinet. Nice attempt, though, by the sophomore out of Green Mountain. Okay, here comes Sheehan. Back to Chambers. Here's Moore now setting up, fires deep. Boom! Good shot there by Bailey Morin. Simino swings back. Back to Simino for three. Just a little long. Here's Chambers to Pelton. Adrina Pelton with some nice moves. Reeled in by Rapinati. And we're going to have a foul in the open court. Here's McCarthy now to Stebbins. Back to McCarthy. Gets Simino in the corner. Here's McCarthy for three. Just off. Simino with the screen. That's Rapinati. Not this time. Okay, 3-point game here as Stevens starts off from the baseline. Just over a minute left in this half. Here's Morin now. Stolen by London Febby on the break. Kicks it back out to Stebbins. Stebbins for three, or maybe two, just off the front of the rim. Here's Maddie Chambers now, 40 seconds to go. Chambers sets up in the wing. Here's Morin for three. just off the front of the rim. There's Stebbins now. What's the call here? Timeout? All right. 27 seconds left. With Stampede up 3 over Stevens as we head into halftime. No, as we head into the timeout. We'll see you in just a minute. Okay, here we go. 27 seconds left in the half. Here comes McCarthy. Gives to Febby. Back to Febby. Here's Simino. Kick out to Stebbins. 10 seconds left. Stampede trying to make sure they get the last shot. There's McCarthy with a nice mid-range jumper. 1 second left, a half-court shot from Chambers. Okay, so we'll head into halftime now with Stampede up 18-13 over Stevens. Thanks for watching this girls' high school matchup on We Up Summer League. I'm Will Simino with TecGym Sports. We'll see you back in just a few minutes.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game. This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Backtop Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game.
Okay, welcome back to this second half. The girls' high school division here at We Up Summer League. So we have Stampede up by 18-13, so far over Stevens. Here's Bailey Morin now. Here's Maddie Chambers on the drive, but it's taken away by DiBartolo. That was Kira Sheehan with the steal. Now she's going to pass inside. This ball knocked out of bounds. Okay, 5-point Stampede lead. Nice pass there to Simino. Well defended by Shauna Morin. Here's McCarthy for three. Reese McCarthy already has 2 or 3 from behind the arc tonight. Here comes Sheehan. Hey, Chambers saw a lane, but it closed up quickly. Good ball inside to Pelton. And she's going to hit the deck. Looks like she's okay. She's back up, stays in the game. And here's Bailey Morin to kick things off in the baseline. Chambers now swings out to Morin. Forced out by Stebbins. Here's Morin to her sister. Simino going to knock that one away. Shauna wants the foul. But they're just going to call it out of bounds, I think. Here's Chambers now to start things. Morin well defended there by 2 Stampede players. And there's London Febby working on the steal, but Kira Sheehan hanging on to that ball. The jump's going to come up Stampede, so here's Reese McCarthy. Hands off to Febby, who finds Stebbins. Quick swing to McCarthy, but that one ends up out of bounds. Here's Sheehan now resetting. Gives to Pelton. Pelton spinning, kicks back out. There's Chambers for 3. Just an inch or 2 long. McCarthy with the rebound, gives to Simino. Simino now on the move. Tries to find McCarthy in the wing, but it's just about picked off by Sheehan. That ball's going to go out of bounds and come up Stampede. Okay, looks like we have Brody McCarthy back, helping out with some commentary. Brody, what do you think of your sister hitting 2 or 3 3-pointers already this game?
Not really that surprised. It's Reese. She's a really good shooter.
She really is. Here comes Febby on the move. And this one's good. London Febby with the steal, fast break, and the score. Nice spinning shot there by Pelton, but it doesn't land. Rebound by Stebbins. And then another rebound by Febby. And that's 2 in a row now for London.
London's really good at those offensive rebounds. She is fast to get down that court. She is way down there playing defense. She got back to put that one up for 2.
Very quickly, and I think she's the one that got the steal. Speaking of steal, there's Jay Stebbins taking it from Goss, and Stebbins scores.
Oh yeah, Jalen. Look at this teamwork between Stampede.
Here's Morin again. Bailey Morin fakes the pass and drives. Spin underneath, tries to goes up with it and draws a foul. Morin's not happy. She wanted that shot. Little conversation with the coach there. And Morin's first free throw is good. Here's Bailey now for another one.
As Jalen gets subbed out on the first free throw.
And that's 2 in a row for Bailey Morin.
He looks like a good free throw shooter, huh, Will?
She is. She can do it all. There's Williams in the game now. And Hadley Sinet. Sinet now on the take. Forces through. Tough defense there, though, by Stevens. And here comes Morin. There's Sheehan now on the take. The left-handed hook shot. Almost in. Rebounded by Eva Williams. And here comes the 7th grader. Weaving through traffic.
Oh, it was long gone out of bounds. I'm surprised Eva even tried saving that.
Yeah, she had a head of steam on it. And here comes Bailey Morin. Here's Shauna Morin now on the take. Kira Sheehan trying to get through, but there's her teammate, Eva Williams. Not going to let it happen. Here's Williams now. On the move, get ahead to Febby. Williams thinks about 3, gives back to Febby. Here's London now. Back to Williams. Sinet can't get anywhere inside, kicks back out. Oh, the pass back to Sinet. Intercepted by 24, Grace Goss. Good steal there by the sophomore. And Bailey Morin gets another one.
Well,
and back to the line.
Reese McCarthy just got that foul, man. She looks like she's not happy about that call.
McCarthy didn't like it, huh? Here's McCarthy with the interception. Tries to kick it back, but it comes up red. Nice pass there. And that's Shauna Morin with a good take. Here's a whistle. What's that one going to be?
That was a timeout for Stampede, it looked like.
Okay. So here we head into the break with Stampede up 24-19 over Stevens. We'll see what the coaches can draw up, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Okay, we're back now from timeout. Here's Sinet, gives to Williams, back to Sinet. Finds Simino at the top. Dish to DiBartolo, who's going to drive. Gets this shot up, in and out. DiBartolo jumps on it. That's Kaylee DiBartolo fighting hard for that one. Good work there from the Green Mountain player.
I was over in that huddle over there, and I realized they were working on, like, they're getting all
Here's
the right
Williams for three.
They're getting all the right shots and stuff. It's just they got to be more patient on defense, Coach said.
Thanks for that inside information. Here's Maddie Chambers on the move. Kicks out to Sheehan, swings. Grabbed by Williams. And here comes DiBartolo. Oh, nice pass attempt there for Simino, but Pelton jumped in front of it. And here's Chambers. Oh, tries to find Sheehan, but it looks like Sheehan got a little tripped up there. Ball ends up out of bounds.
Good D by London on that pass break.
And here comes London Febby. To McCarthy. Coming around the corner. Oh, a little bit of miscue there. Russo didn't know the ball was coming to her. She thought McCarthy was going to keep going with it. Here's Sheehan stepping back. Nice grab there by Chambers, avoiding the pick. DiBartolo knocks that one to McCarthy. McCarthy, nice get ahead pass to Simino, who's going to kick back. Nice defense there by Stevens. Here's Febby with a good look. Boom!
That is in by London.
And London Febby, nice three-pointer there. Here's Chambers now on the move, forcing her way. Good defense by Febby.
I thought that was clean defense. I didn't see a foul.
Are they calling that foul? Wow.
Yeah, they called that a hold.
Okay. Here's Morin now setting up at the top. Gives to Morin.
Good steal by London.
Here's Febby on the take, gives to McCarthy, but at the last minute in comes Kira Sheehan, the pickpocket. I don't know. It's cool though. Hey, thanks for the comments, Mike Curtis.
Yeah, what's up, Mike Curtis?
Here's Grace Goss now, gives to Chambers. Good defense there by Simino. Goss takes a shot. Just off. Good hustle there by Shauna Morin to reel that one in.
Looks like London got the steal. She is fast on her fast breaks while dribbling.
Febby's going to come away with that one. Good hustle there by Brusso to prevent the backcourt. Here's London now, setting at the top. Gives to Simino. Here's Tate Simino, finds McCarthy. Reese McCarthy for three. Another one. And Reese McCarthy on fire now from behind the arc. That's 4, maybe 5 on the night. Here's Pelton for her own three-pointer. And Audrina Pelton hits from deep. Good answer there by the senior. Here's McCarthy again. This one's going to be out off Sheehan. And there's Reagan Rapinati into London. Here's McCarthy again. Tries to find Brusso, but it was picked off and then picked off again. Here's McCarthy, going to try the other side now to Stebbins. McCarthy tries to save the backcourt, but couldn't quite get there. And Stevens has a chance to reset now.
I thought she jumped over on that. She might have had a little toe.
Might have had a toe on the line, yeah?
Yeah. I thought she jumped over and did that.
Here's Goss now spinning her way inside. Let's see which way that one's going to go. Okay, Stevens ball here on the baseline. Nice deflection there.
Good tip by London right there to get that steal.
And here's London now, swings it out. Sheehan, like a rocket, disrupting every pass she can. Good excellent take there. Contested by Stevens, but Kenzie Brusso knows how to get home. Oh, nice block there by Jay Stebbins.
Jay Lynn, jeez, coach, she got high on that jump.
Are they going to call that one a foul? What's the call there, Brody?
I think after that was a clean block, but then after once she went down, she went to grab the ball and grabbed her hand or something.
So it was a clean block, then a foul?
Yeah.
Okay. So here comes Claremont. Shauna Morin now. Hits the deck. Rapinati comes up with it, gives to London. Here comes McCarthy. And here comes Chambers on the move. London right on her tail. Chambers resets. Finds Sheehan. Gives to Pelton, who's going to spin her way through traffic and draw the foul. What do you say, Brody? What are you seeing out there, kid?
I wasn't really paying attention on that call, but...
Okay. That's all right. Okay, 10-point lead here for Stampede. With just over 4 minutes left. Stevens going to have to put some points on the board if they want to have a chance at this one. Sheehan can do it. So can Morin. Fires for three. Just off the front of the rim. Here's Stebbins now. Get ahead to McCarthy. Gonna go up with it.
Good layup there by
And McCarthy
Reese
just about automatic on those layups.
Good layup there by Reese McCarthy.
Here's Goss. Forcing her way inside.
Good
Here's
defense
Morin.
by
Kicks out to her
Hadley.
sister. Here's Bailey Morin on the take. Gonna draw the foul.
Little push off by Hadley.
And Morin always goes so hard to the hoop. Collects a whole collection of fouls tonight.
Kind of surprised there's not 10 fouls yet.
Here's Jay Stebbins with the steal. The inbound pass gets all the way up to Reese McCarthy. For a beautiful layup by Reese.
Good layup, prep. Good layup.
And tight defense there by Stebbins. Oh, she's going to force the travel.
Yeah, I thought that was a travel too.
Good defense there by the freshman. Here's McCarthy again. Gives to Stebbins on the take. Stebbins underneath. Nice looking left-handed layup. Doesn't go in, but she'll get the foul. So here's Jay Stebbins at the line.
She's a good free throw shooter.
She is. Stebbins can score from just about anywhere. She's been known to hit threes. She can hit the foul shots and the layups.
I think she's known for threes.
And this one's good. .15 lead now by Stampede.
Not surprised.
And there's Stebbins for two in a row. Good work by the freshman from Springfield. Sheehan handoff to Morin. Morin through traffic. Gonna draw another foul.
Another one?
Here's Morin now with a chance at two. First one in and out. And Bailey's second shot is good.
Good foul shot.
Okay, here's McCarthy now. Gives to Semino.
London's got the ball.
Semino finds Sinet on the baseline. Nice pass to DiBartolo. And Kaylee DiBartolo with an excellent take there.
That ball is in. Yeah. Oh.
Here's McCarthy now on the drive. Nice pass. Kick back out to McCarthy for three. Another! Ladies and gentlemen, Reese McCarthy putting on a three-point clinic tonight in Ludlow. And that's going to be a timeout. We'll see you back in just a few minutes. All right, Stevens starting off here. Just under a minute and a half left in this one. Here's Moore and tries to get ahead to Chambers, but it's picked off by London Febby. Febby now taking her time, no rush here. As Stampede with a good lead. Gives to Simino. Oh! Simino's going to lose it backcourt. So Claremont now has another shot at it. Here's Pelton. Fires for three. Just a little bit off. All right, 55 seconds now. Stampede again in no hurry. Here's Eva Williams. Swinging the ball. And even when they know it's coming, nobody has an answer for Kira Sheehan and her ability to jump in front of those passes. Chambers' three-point attempt very close. I tell you what, you got to hand it to this eighth grader out of Claremont. Most weeks plays every single game on the girls' night. 2, 3, 4 games a night, and has a motor like that at the end of it. You really got to hand it to her. Here's Simino now, thinks about it, but lets time run out. And that'll do it for this matchup. Stampede versus Stevens. These matchups have gone back and forth. This one goes to Stampede. Thanks everybody for watching this girls high school division of We Up Summer League. I'm Will Simino with TecGym Sports. We'll see you for one more game tonight. We Up versus Claremont.
This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard Hobart American Legion, Post 36, A Simple Love, VT, JB Property Management, Sonnet Building and Remodeling, Bactaw Black Asphalt Services, plus Robert and Sandra TATRO, and also Andy and Pollyanna BLADYKA. We'd also like to thank our community partners: Fact TV, Okemo Valley TV, Claremont Community Television, and Brattleboro Community Television. Highlights of teams and players can be ordered at techgym.net/film/highlights. You can also use that page to request that we follow your team or player. We would also like to thank the community members who have volunteered and donated, making this service possible. If you would like to have continued coverage of local sports, please consider making a tax-deductible gift at techgym.net/support. As always, we'd like to thank all the players, coaches, officials, staff, and fans for supporting local sports. Enjoy the game. This broadcast of the We Up Elite Summer League is produced by TecGym Sports. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. We'd like to thank our generous sponsors: We Up Elite, Spalding Sugar House, Ballard